today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
First of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Prescott now. And that's complete to Cooks. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Play action now, Prescott. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it, right?
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Nick Bosa busting through to get him for a loss of 6. first down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Dak on the option left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rest as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason. And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Now Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Tip Ryman
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And out now come the Cowboys. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little that on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Prescott escaping the pressure right. this line to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and get
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Buried behind the line by Shaquille Griffin on the corner blitz.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Vikings turn up the heat and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And that pressure there came from his left side. Maybe could have sped up the release, but he couldn't get it off in time.
And truthfully, the speed should be consistent each and every time. It should be quick mechanics. The best punters are the ones who can catch it one step and get rid of the football. Those are the ones you want. Anything more than one step in the NFL, you're flirting with disaster.
On first down, Hurts. It's complete to Williams. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams, 26 yards. And the Vikings take the block punt and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott.
That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Now Prescott. In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Two catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Prescott, a short one there taken in by Ferguson.
It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
To throw is Prescott. Quick slant here to Woods. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. On the give, it's Warren. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing, Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A handoff for Warren. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
They go play action with Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Micah Parsons able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Prescott. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
The end result, 21 yards. Play action. Here's Hurts. That pass caught. It's Williams. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his 1st here, and it's a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here's Warren. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Prescott from the gun. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 33 yards. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, sings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number one.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 1. Again, it's Jones. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Now a first down carry by Jones. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 10 more there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. They run it with Chandler, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal. On the carry, this is Myles Gaskin. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it. Warren. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
And enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I
And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make this an 8-point game. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
For his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
The 71 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Jones will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Prescott looks to throw on first. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott to throw it. Going right back to Ferguson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Prescott yet again. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
He finds his man, complete. It's Warren. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams
saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game.
And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones,
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Waddle, the motion man right. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And he's got this to Jefferson. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 79 yards. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Hurts. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll go again to Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back that feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, Gaskin. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves them closer, and now 1st and goal.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Tip Ryman
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Here's Hurts to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Here's 3rd and 3.
A give to Jones. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Throwing is Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on 4th and goal from the 2, and this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
On the give, this is their fullback. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. That's complete. Left side to Worthy.
Touchdown!
And Xavier Worthy,
53 yards.
and the Vikings have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that. Big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Here's the Dallas. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB.
Oh, that's to Worthy. What a catch.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
McCarthy now on first down.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man down the field. That's Ligon. Down the left sideline. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
And now here come the Cowboys.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep. Now, the Vikings will continue on in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.